It began with a plain envelope stuffed into my mailbox, stamped with the HOA's seal. The letter demanded that I remove my Christmas lights immediately, claiming they were a violation of community aesthetics. I had strung only a few simple strands across my porch, nothing flashy, just enough to bring holiday cheer. But apparently joy wasn't part of the HOA's regulations. As I stood outside, staring at the twinkling bulbs, I felt a wave of irritation. Their control had gone too far. At that moment, I decided I wasn't going to take them down. I was going to push back. Instead of removing the lights, I doubled them. Another string across the roofline, another around the bushes, a little brighter, a little bolder. That night, my home glowed warmly, attracting smiles from passing neighbors. Yet the next morning, another furious letter appeared, warning of fines and serious consequences. Their threats rolled right off me. The more they demanded silence and conformity, the louder I wanted to be. I opened my laptop and began filling shopping carts with decorations of every kind: lights, inflatables, synchronized displays. If the HOA wanted to fight, I was prepared to go nuclear. The deliveries began almost immediately. Towering boxes stacked on my porch, packed with glowing reindeer, neon candy canes, and oversized inflatables. Each day, the collection grew. I spent nights on ladders, weaving bulbs along every edge of my house. Soon, music blasted through speakers, syncing perfectly with thousands of twinkling lights. Cars slowed to a crawl as drivers gawked at the spectacle. Children laughed, neighbors clapped, and for once, people gathered together. From her window, the HOA president glared, arms crossed in disapproval. My small act of defiance had become the biggest attraction in town, and I wasn't done yet. The HOA's response was immediate and relentless. 3 letters arrived in 2 days, each more hostile than the last. They threatened lawsuits, city inspections, and even suspension of neighborhood privileges. But I had anticipated every move. Every decoration I installed was legal. Every cord secured, every permit filed where required. I wasn't reckless. I was meticulous. Their rules were meant to intimidate, but I used them as armor. The louder they shouted, the more my neighbors cheered. My yard had become a gathering spot, with families lining the sidewalks every evening, eager for the next surprise. The HOA was losing control. News of the display spread beyond the neighborhood. Local reporters showed up, filming segments for the evening news. Headlines described my home as the brightest house in the city. Social media posts went viral, with thousands of shares praising the spectacle and mocking the HOA's attempts to suppress it. Tour buses even began stopping by, unloading groups eager to witness the glowing wonderland. What had started as petty HOA drama was now a citywide event. And while the attention thrilled me, it pushed the HOA president into a visible frenzy. She was now fighting not just me, but the crowd. Desperation set in. The HOA called emergency meetings, scrambling for ways to shut me down. They drafted new proposals banning excessive holiday decor, but residents refused to sign. Many openly supported me, tired of constant nitpicking and power plays. My lights had become a symbol of resistance, and the president's crusade only made her look petty. Each night, the crowds grew, lawn chairs appearing on sidewalks, hot chocolate stands popping up, laughter echoing through the neighborhood. What was once a quiet, controlled community had erupted into celebration. The HOA's iron grip was slipping, one blinking bulb at a time. HOA's final attempt came in the form of a legal notice declaring my display a threat to community harmony. They demanded immediate removal, but once again, they had no legal footing. I had followed every rule to the letter, leaving them powerless. I framed the notice and hung it proudly on my wall, a badge of victory. Meanwhile, I added the finishing touch outside, a glowing, 10-foot-tall sign that read, "Merry Christmas to all." The crowds roared in approval. From her porch, the HOA president stood red-faced, defeated, staring at the wonderland she had accidentally created. Weeks later, the HOA stopped sending letters altogether. The president avoided my street. Her war quietly abandoned. My home continued to shine, drawing visitors until the very last night of the holiday season. National news stations even covered the story, turning my battle into a viral sensation. What began as an order to remove a few harmless lights had grown into something unforgettable, a neighborhood united. An HOA humbled, and a house that became legendary. And every night, as I watched the lights dance across my yard, I smiled, knowing I had turned their control into my brightest victory.